Yeah, hi, hello. Good morning and good evening to all of you guys. Yeah, welcome to Full Stack Development Program. So before I start what exactly the Full Stack Development and also let me give some a quick intro about myself. Uh, my name is Keshav. I have been into this Full Stack Development products development and training and all from past 9 plus years, and I have been into different technologies like Java, Node.js when you're talking about the backend technologies, and when it comes to the front end, like JavaScript along with HTML, JavaScript, and frameworks like React.js, Angular, etc. Coming to the databases, I've been into different relational databases here. I worked in different relational databases such as Oracle and MySQL, etc. So many things. And other than that, coming to the NoSQL style related databases, and have been into MongoDB. I'm having good experience in MongoDB database working. Right. So that's it. This is some small okay, introduction about me. Okay, fine. Yeah, let's jump into our core part. That is what exactly the full stack development, and I will consider this today's session as both what I can say, first session and as well as some uh, demonstration kind of session. Okay. Uh, I hope you people have some idea, whatever this is full stack development and all something is related to web application development, right? You know this. So when I'm talking about this web application, so definitely two things will be there always when we want to work with this web application. That is, a client machine will be there and always, and a server machine will be there. Client and server machine. So client machine here is nothing but whatever the things we'll be using it from our end. That is like your personal computer or like PC or your mobile or even tablet or whatever it is you're using, and all those things could be considered as client here. Okay. And next, when it comes to the server, and there some companies will be using some server machines with they'll be having their own OS, and they'll be using some server like Linux server or some what I can say some kind of Windows server, something they'll be using. But here the point here is to work with this any web application in this client somewhere we should have something like a browser to connect to your server machine here. So here we'll be opening something called a browser, and then we can able to connect to the server machine which is present in the remote location. You understand, right? Yeah. So within that browser, what will be opening to connect and to work with our application, right? What will be opening is the domain name will be hitting. You know that domain name, right? So for example, if I wanted to connect it to the Gmail server, if I want to connect to the Gmail server, then what I have to do? www.gmail.com. I have to type. Then I can able to connect it to the Gmail server. So how this is happening? How this server connection and everything is happening with us? That is very simple. Whatever the computer we are using and whatever these servers are there, all these things are interconnected already. How that is? So actually to happen this we have to provide a connection, but technically it is not possible, right? We take that what we can say like providing some external wire to our machine to server machine, assume Gmail server, where it will be in America, US, somewhere else, right? In Google Office somewhere else, it might be example, I think. Not possible. For that only we'll be using something, an already established thing we'll be using, that is called internet. If you look at this green color line, then that I can call it as internet here. And yeah, yeah, standalone applications are something like a paint, calculator, media player, but we are not interested in this category of applications. Why? Because uh, our intention is to learn something where that has to be interactive applications. So these are not that kind of interactive applications. So these are certain kind of applications where these things will be installed in your computer only once and you can able to use it. That's it, only in one PC. No need of other system to work for you. But when you're talking about web-based or web application, like example, these things here, all these things are also computers, like also servers will be having their own servers. They'll be running at some place, and your client will be running at some place. If you look at this particular, what I can say, diagram here, that is like this is called, your server and client diagram here. Client vision, as in this is your server. Okay, fine. How to connect to that one? Assume this is your PC one, and this is your friend PC. Assume this is your another friend PC, something like that. In the same way, this is Facebook server, this is Gmail server, Twitter server, IRCT, so many will be there. And how we'll be connecting is generally we'll be using something called an IP address concept. What called IP address? But technically and practically, it is not possible to remember or to go with the IP address, right? 192.13 like that IP process. Instead of that, we'll be using some concept called, domain name. With the help of that, we can able to connect. Now you got it right. How we'll be connecting from server to your client machine. Now you got it. Okay, fine. I'm telling like we can connect like this. We can connect like this. Okay, you also understood like yes, we can connect. But to happen that okay, if you connect like www.gmail.com in your computer, the browser client side, then something will be opening, right? Where welcome to Gmail or something, whatever, some dashboard page, or at least first stage will be opening some registration form kind of page, right? How that is happening? Definitely, somebody might have already written some code for that to understand, right? So that is what we are going to learn now. You understood? So that is one thing which we see on the browser, that is on the client side. Got it? The same way, assume registration only you take the example. There you'll be entering some data, right? Some data, user first name, last name. Assume first time you're doing mobile number, something like that. And then the moment you click that button called register, then after second, some few seconds, you'll be getting some reply back, like your registration successfully finished. Or if you have any error in that, if you miss any field, that field is mandatory. Something kind of thing will come back. How that is happening? Because see, if you do this today, tomorrow you don't need to register again. Directly get started logging, right? How that is happening? Because the moment you click that register here, your data will be transferred here from client machine to the server machine. What exactly server machine will do here is server machine will take that data, whatever the data you entered, that will be taking the data. Assume this is your server machine. Inside that server machine, something will be there that is responsible for taking the data, and that something is called here. We call it as server side software there. So what we call it as server side software. So to develop that server side software, we need certain technologies. So to develop server side software, we need certain technologies here. So those technologies already you people know about them. That is like I can use either Java or I can use .NET or I can use anything. So if you look at this diagram, I hope you're able to see. This is my server side. Assume this small one is client side. Then from this, whatever the data it is transported, like I told you, the moment you click that button called form, in that sign up form will be there, right? In that you'll be having some data, and at the end you'll be clicking some button, right? So the moment you click that button in the browser, then what happens? Immediately the data will be sent to the server. You can't see that. That is transferred over the paper. And in the server, what server will do? Assume like different modules will be there inside the server. What is called server side software will be there, that is created and installed. What that will do, if required, it will call the database, and inside the database, what will be there? You'll be having certain tables will be there, right? And in that first time you're doing registration, then your data will be stored. Next, second time you're doing login, then you are doing login request. Then what happens? It will get the data from the database. It will try to get the data from the database, and whatever data you entered, username, password, and actual data, both will be matched. If both are same, correct only, then what happens? You'll be getting a response here. You're able to see something like in the form of response. That is from the server side, you'll be getting the response, and this is called response. Whatever it happens from server to client side is called response, and whatever it happens from client side to the server side is called requesting. You understood? If you take any example of this web world, that is a composition of both just a request and response, request and response. This only will be there every time. That only will be there. The only thing changes here is that the client machine which you are using will be changing. You might use a mobile phone, or you might use a tablet, or you might use a what I can say, a computer, normal computer, or laptop, or desktop, whatever, that will be changed, and your servers will be changing depending on your requirement. Those things. You understand, right? Yeah. Now, what exactly, where exactly this term called full stack comes into picture? That is what our intention, right? Yeah. As I already told you, this is responsible for doing the server side activities. See, I am telling your data will come, then your data will be stored in the database. Who will do that? No, not a person will sit and he will do, right. Definitely some program should be doing that activity. So that program can be developed with the help of certain server side technologies like Node, Java, and something like that. And when we're doing this, when we are doing this activity, uh, like pure Java, using Java, yes, you can absolutely do that, or you can using pure Node.js, you can develop the server side programs, but it will take some more time for a developer to develop it. So there are certain concepts, a special concept is there, a tool is there in the software development industry, and that is called framework, guys. That is called what here? Framework. So what exactly the framework will do here is, framework is not a technology. It's not a programming language, and it is not a technology. But then what exactly this framework will be doing here is, it will make a developer's work easy, or developer's life easy in the development process. You understand, right? For Java, people use Spring. For Node, people will use Express.js. For Python, people use Django. Django, people call it as .NET, .NET Core, something like that. They'll be use that, then it will make your development activity uh, pretty easy, right? So this is about your server side and all. So why I'm using these words and all, because whoever is there in the industry is doing this activity, like developing this server side software is called server side developers, or mostly we call them as back end developers. Instead of server side, we call them as most of the times back end developers. Uh, no, Jarkhan. I think every other people are, your other friends are able to hear me. Still, if you are unable to hear, which means there might be some problem from your end. You can do some, you know, disconnect, and you can rejoin. Okay, your other friends are able to hear me. Akshay, you are able to hear me, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah. So, Jharkhand, yes, you try to disconnect and try to reconnect. Here it is showing your audio is, some cross mark, like audio option, which means there is some problem from your end. You try to rejoin. Okay,
I
fine.
can I,
Yeah.
I can
Now,
hear you too.
yeah, good, good. Yeah. So, coming to the server side, to develop the server side software, I can use this either Java or Node.js or whatever. Okay, fine. Now, but these people are called, in the industry backend developer, especially with their technology, they are called guys like Java developer, Node.js, .NET. Now, this is okay, fine. Like, how the data has to be, transferred. After transferring the data into, whenever the data comes into the server, then what should happen? This will take care. Understood? But how to send the data? To send the data, there should be some template in which people should enter the data. You understood, right? And people should click something, or people should, enter some data in some text box, or people should click some button. All these things will be happening at the client side, and that too inside a browser. Here, assume like this box is the right rectangular box that I can consider as a browser. So inside that browser, what will be there? We'll be typing the address of the server to which we wanted to connect. For example, if we want to connect it to the like Gmail server, then gmail.com something will be. Okay, fine. But there what will be happening? Some pages only will be opening. That entire thing together is called your website. What Gmail contains is nothing but in simple words we can call it as the Gmail website. But what internally it contains? If you open that, some welcome page will be there, then some sign up page will be there, then some login page will be there, or then some dashboard page will be there, right? Inbox page. All these things are called web pages. They are called what here? Web pages. So in this web pages category, here, if you know how to develop one web page, then you can develop another web page. Yes or no? Then integrating all these web pages together will result into a website. You understood, right? So now the core point here is, if you want to develop a website for client side to open, first we have to learn how to create a web page. You understood, right? So to develop the server side program, once the data enters into your server, then what to do? You will take care with the help of this server side technologies which I mentioned here. Got it? But to create that website, so where user has to open and user has to interact with your application, right? So for that to happen, what we have to do here is, uh, we have to learn how to create a web page. So to create these web pages, there are three technologies which are mandatory technologies, I can say, to develop the web pages. That is HTML here. One of them is HTML, and the other thing is CSS, and the last thing here is JavaScript. If you know these three technologies, guys, you can easily develop any website. You can develop any kind of website based on your requirement, and a website can be for what I can say is some e-commerce kind of website, or some simple some learning management system related website, or some normal single page website, or some website for some news portal. You can develop any website provided you have these programming skills in your hand, like in technology in your hand, like HTML, CSS, and Java. But what exactly HTML will do in this part here is, here server side I told you, you need either Java or Node.js or .NET or Python. You don't require all of those knowledge. You understand, right? You don't require to learn all these things. If you know one of them perfectly, that is more than enough. But when it comes to this website development, this is called client side software, I can say. So to develop client side this software, you need HTML and CSS and JavaScript. Understood? Why? Because HTML is responsible for some activity called content addition, adding the content to your web page. Like, okay, I'm talking about website, web page, okay. But what web page will contain? It will have some text related information, right? Hi, hello, something will be there. Sometimes it will be having image related content. Yes or no? Sometimes it will be having some, if you talk about a website called YouTube, YouTube is also a website, guys. Website called YouTube, what it will be having? It will be having some list of videos, right, where people will play, and even you'll be having some online uh, audio song audio listening websites will be there, right, where songs can be played. So that web page can content can be anything. So all such, even forms will be there. All such content can be added with the help of HTML. Just with the help of some tags we can able to add it. What is that? And so I don't want to get into that much now. So in our upcoming days we'll be learning. Next, coming to CSS. Assume I have one what I can say, like uh, something like hi, hello, welcome to full stack development. This is the only thing uh, I have assumed. Okay, uh, in my entire website. Then what I have to do here is, uh, I can get hi, hello, welcome to hi students, welcome to my full stack development. Okay, fine. But the thing is, that should be hi, hello, welcome to should be in red color or in yellow color and in blue color. In what color it should be, understood? Or that should be in what style it should be, with what font size it should be, understood it? All these things will be taken care of. Okay. So now if you know HTML, all the content you can add. If you know CSS, you can add stylings. Fine. JavaScript. What exactly JavaScript will do here is using this HTML and CSS, you can only develop what I can say static web pages. Static means whatever the data is there, so just the data can be there. User will open that, but user cannot interact with our application. Understood, right? So, or the data will be cannot be changed dynamically. The data won't be changed if you click something button, something should be displayed, and such things won't be happening. How can I tell you guys? Simple example. Yeah, right. Some travel booking site will be there, right? Some bus booking site. Assume, like in that you have you'll be having some basic from and to two things will be there, right? From and to will be there. The moment assume like in the from you gave Hyderabad, and in the two you gave something like Bangalore, Hyderabad, and then here you give something like Bangalore. Then what happens immediately to below to that one, you'll be having assume like this is a bus, okay, bus related things, yeah, bus booking site. Then immediately, what happens? All the buses which are from Hyderabad to Bangalore, that list will be displayed. You understand? Okay, fine. Now, where dynamic things will come here is the moment you remove this Bangalore, that place, if you write Chennai, then immediately what happens, guys? All the buses and all the things will be changing, right? The names, buses, timings, everything will be changing. Now, this list below to that will be that, with the buses from Hyderabad to Chennai will be there. All such data. You understand? That is called dynamic environment. The moment user changes something in the page, as per that, the data will be changed in the page. That phenomenon is called dynamic nature, and which I cannot achieve through alone. I cannot achieve it alone through my HTML. For that, I need JavaScript. Fine. Okay. Now you got the understanding of why, what, and now. As I told you, this backend side, Spring or something, Express, some framework will be used. The same way, coming to the front end side, see guys, this client side, whatever we develop website, website is called front end. Why? Because if you open any website, guys, I don't know whether you observed, whether you thought had this kind of thought in your mind or not. uh, when you are working with Gmail, okay, or Facebook, whatever it is, if I click this button or if I enter something, some post will be doing in your Facebook, right? If I click this, if you enter some message there, in what database this data is stored? You understood, right? Using what language this data is getting stored? You understood, right? What kind of code has been written to store this data? These kind of things we can't see. If you get that doubt also, we can't see. You understood it? The only thing you can see is you can see a home page, right? Yes, absolutely, you can see a home page, and you can see something like a login page in the Facebook. Yes, and you can see some sign up page in the Facebook home page. Everything you can see, but you can't see how the data is storing and how it is doing login activity. Like how it is comparing your password and entered password is correct or not. You understood my point, right? All these activities are actually server side that cannot be seen. That is the reason we call it as a backend, guys. If you're talking about Gmail application, for Gmail backend should be there as well as front also should be there. But the problem is we can't see as a user cannot see the server side. That's why we call it as a backend. And coming to that application, user can see something, that something is called a website, web pages you can see. That is the reason we call that as front end. Got it? And also we call that as other name called UI, user interface. Why? Because user will be connecting to our entire application with the help of this particular uh, thing, something, what I can say, an intermediate thing between user and your application is something called that is front end or user interface. You understood, right? So that's why we call it as UI. So it this front end side also, HTML, CSS, just now I told JavaScript. But this HTML is very simple language, where simple in the sense you'll be having tags to remember. You'll be learning the things in terms of tags here. And when it comes to CSS, you'll be learning the things in terms of just some properties. Like to increase the font size, I have to use simply font size. That's it. Got it. To add one paragraph, I have to use simply some paragraph tag. That's it. But when I'm talking about JavaScript, main programming will be there, where inside the JavaScript we'll be writing some programming. And whenever we do that programming, yes, using pure JavaScript we can develop that. But as I already told you, at backend side using Java Node, you alone you can develop, but uh, developer work will be very difficult to develop entire thing just with the help of pure technology. That is the reason we take the help of framework I told you, right? In the same way, this front end side also. Forget about HTML, CSS, you mostly be doing normally, but when it comes to JavaScript, you'll be taking the help of certain frameworks. That is the place where Angular and React comes into picture. If you know Angular, fine. If you know React, fine. No need to learn both. If you can learn only one framework from the front end side, that is either Angular or React. So that will be fine. Got it right? So now in the industry, people who are working on the front end are called front end developers or UI developers. And who are working on the back end technologies are called back end developers or uh, you know uh, with their own name, like a Java developer. But the guy whoever is responsible, or the persons whoever is working for both front end as well as server side back end are called full stack developers, and this is very very demand job in the industry at this moment, guys. Why? Because companies are looking for the guys who have the knowledge in both front end as well as the back end. Clear? So that is a term what exactly full stack development which we are going to learn in our course. Clear? I hope you people got some idea. And here, mostly I'll be sticking to this particular, technology stack here. When it comes to the backend, and I'll be going with Node.js along with the Express. And when it comes to the database, you can learn any database. But nowadays, as the things are changing dynamically, instead of going with the old style, what I can say, RDBMS. This is some old style that is like using some SQL related things, fetching the data and all. Yes, still we can do that example, but that is nowadays people are not using that. So for dynamically changing data, there will be something like no structured data will be there. So for that no structured data, there should be a database which is handling that NoSQL style database. And our course we are going to learn about MongoDB. It handles unstructured data. If something can handle unstructured data, so definitely it can handle even the structured data also. Got it right? So that is what we are going to learn in terms of the what I can say database here. Clear? Uh, just a minute, guys. Small announcement. Hi, Satya. Actually, admin people don't have your details. Could you please provide your details, such as so that the further communication will be easy. Okay. You can send your details to your Visualpath or Visualpath admin. Satya.
Okay, okay, sir.
Yeah. So just your mail ID as well as your phone number. You please drop that in the chat box as a private chat. Okay, either Visualpath or Visualpath admin. Please.
Oh, okay, sir.
Which Angular version will be covering? Yeah, we'll be going with 12, Angular 12. If you prefer Angular, we'll be going with Angular 12. The latest version only will be covering, guys. Everything will be latest here. Yeah. Here, when it comes to any web application here, if you take in this world, that will be following a typical three-tier architecture, guys. That will be like a three-tier architecture. What exactly that is here? Here I'm going to draw that three-tier architecture. That is, the first one is called a presentation layer. In this three-tier architecture, the first one is called presentation layer, and the second one is called application layer. What we call it as a application layer, and or we call it as something like business layer. Do you know why? The main actual business will be written in this particular layer. Okay, Next comes your persistent layer or persistence layer, or we call it as data or database layer. We can call it both data or database layer. This is what a typical web application architecture would be. It is a three-tier architecture always. So you will be having Angular as well as React, but actually uh, one of them will be taught in the course. Okay, but you can prefer any one of them. I only will be teaching both React and Angular. You can prefer, guys, whichever you want. You can prefer. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Both will be the latest versions I will be dealing. But coming to the backend, we'll be learning with the Node.js technology, guys. I hope you people are clear with this, both Bhanuchandra and Jayan. Both things I will be covering, and you will be allowed for any one of them of your choice, because now two things are actually not required. Like as those two things will do the same activity, right? So no need. So here, what exactly this presentation layer will be containing here is whatever I talked just now. UI, like your web pages and all these things will be there in this presentation layer, and we can call it as a simple UI. So what exactly will be there inside this? So many pages will be there. So like this is one page, and this is another page, and this is another page. Just example. Now, what happens? This will be connected to your application. This application layer is nothing but your server, guys. Application layer is nothing but your server. Inside this, what will be there? You'll be having so many programs to take care. Like this is assume this is a registration program, registration module. Assume this is a login module. This is some searching module. This is some payment gateway module. Just example I'm taking. Okay. Now this will be connected to them. Then if you are connected to this, okay, this is some registration module. If required, what exactly registration module will do? It will call a database, and it will store the data, user data, into a database. Then definitely it needs to connect to a database. You understand? This is one flow of the data transferring from one layer to other layer in your entire application. But when you are talking about the application, the entire thing is called application, guys. Okay, you don't find something like user perspective I'm talking. In terms of user, you don't find all these things. User will see only this application. If Gmail will have all these things, but this whatever I've drawn this some orange color, that is called Gmail. That's it. That is the only thing Gmail is about. But what user will see is only presentation layer, UI, only those components only user can able to watch, user can able to see. Got it? Yeah. So this is one flow of data. Okay, now you are doing some login activity. Example I'm telling. Then what you will do? You will enter your username and password. Then first registration done, right? Assume registration activity already done, completed. So this will be taken care by this module. Now you want to do some login. Now assume like login. Then what happens? Your username and password will be entered here, which is coming from your presentation layer. Then what happens? Your username password you enter, whether that is correct or not. How to check it, right? So if you want to check it, what will be happening? Here from the database, the data will be taken. Whichever the username you registered yesterday, for that username, whatever the password is actually stored, the data will be taken out. You understood, right? That comparison will be there, no? Whatever you entered here and whatever the data actually there, that comparison will be done in this server level in this. You understood, right? Simple using if condition and simply they'll be doing. Okay. If that is true, if both front end whatever the password you entered and actual password both are same, then it will throw some what I can say home page to the client side. You understood, right? That is called some response will be getting back from your client server side to the client side. You understood, right? If you look at this, if you observe carefully, storing your data into database or comparing your entered password is correct or not. You understood, right? Next something payment gateway if you are doing. If it is asking for 600, if you are entering only 400, and if you are trying to pay it, okay, proceed, then it will throw error like please enter the required amount, something it will be, right? So all these things are main business, right? Yes, sir. If you're talking about any application, that is the main business, right? What you want to actually do with the that application, that is the reason we call it as a business layer, or The main application core will be there in this business layer, right? That is the reason we call it as a application. Right? So here are some questions I will take this. So in this course, guys, I'll be starting the course as I told you, backend side you'll be learning Node, right? So there, Node.js will be there. Along with the Node.js, you'll be learning Express.js and database, MongoDB database. Coming to the front end, so straightforward, I will be starting with what I can say. I will be teaching you coming to the front end part, HTML. Coming to the technology, HTML I will teach you, and once HTML is done, then CSS will be learning, then extension will be learning JavaScript. So once that is done, then I will be teaching you guys React here. Okay, I'll be teaching you React.js latest things will be learning. And coming to the Angular, whoever is preferring Angular, you'll be learning this HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and you'll be learning this Node, Express, MongoDB. Everything you'll be learning. And when I'm talking about when I talk about this React in this class, you understood it. At that time, in other batch, I will be exclusively starting something like Angular. There you can listen to the Angular. You understood, right? So that is what. But at the end, the thing is like coming to the UI part, you'll be learning all these things. Okay. Coming to the backend part, you'll be learning all these things. Coming to the front end framework, you'll be learning either Angular or React. You understood? So generally, the people whoever prefers Angular in the front end, okay, and framework I'm talking, Angular in the front end and Node technology in the back end. This full stack only, right? Yeah, as we are learning both front end and back end, that's why we call it as full stack. But whoever prefers this usually have some special name called main stack development. Why? Because in this M is for MongoDB, E is for Express, N is for Node, and A is for Angular. You understood? That's why we call it as main. The same thing, no need to explain. Next thing you can easily guess, that is if you are preferring React, okay, and the front end side, and uh, Node in the back end side. If you are doing that, then we consider that as special name is there. Okay, that is called Munster. Why I'm telling this, because somewhere if you heard this, then you don't think that is something else, some other technology again. What is mean? What is nothing? That is a simple full stack technology only through Node.js development. Got it? Yeah, that's it. So this is about your learning curve. What are the things you'll be learning? But HTML, CSS, JavaScript, I will be starting guys. Everyone that's there. Because I am using this word because everything will be starting from the scratch. Okay, you don't need to worry about how I have to start, and you don't need to worry about it. So coming back to this our application, okay. Here, what will be there? As I told you already, yeah. So where we are, yeah, login. You're getting the data from front end, and you're getting the data from database. You're checking everything you're doing it. The main business will be happening in this particular layer called server layer, and this is called business layer or server layer or application layer. Fine. Yeah. Next, this is your presentation layer, which we usually call front end, because we can see only website, only web pages, right? And the thing together, this what I can say, this application layer and as well as this database layer, which we can't see, right? Which we cannot see. That is the reason usually people call this as. This is happening at the back end, right? Everything is working at the back end. That's why we call it as a back end. Right. Okay. Now, once everything is done, once we started with our course and our learning and here everything will be practical, guys. That is nothing like I'll be teaching you something, what I can say, some concepts and all nice concepts and leaving. No, nothing will be like that. Everything will be a practical approach here. So for example, whatever it is happening, assume we are done with the basic UI part, that is like HTML, CSS, as well as JavaScript learning completed, or at least before entering the JavaScript, also HTML, CSS learning. Then using that HTML and CSS, how to develop the application. So in that point of view, we can work with project. You understood it? Like, simple project in the sense, and simple application will be developing in that. And then once JavaScript is added, then again we'll be developing one simple application, with some adding with some dynamic nature. You understood? So that project will be doing. So once that is done, next, assume, we started with the backend, then pure using Node and technology, based on Node technology and uh, MongoDB as a database. Here we'll be creating a complete or pure backend project will be created, or application will be creating. You understand? Next, either Angular or React, assume React we are using. Then using that, we'll be creating a pure Angular or React based, front end application or project will be creating. You understand? And at the end, whatever the back end application we created, for that we'll be creating one front end application again. We'll be clubbing both. For example, we'll be clubbing both the React and example I'm saying both the React and Node, and together we'll be creating one full stack application project. You understand? Right? So in this, we'll be learning everything practically, and as well as real time projects will be learning here. And coming to the sessions, and daily we'll be having the sessions, mostly it will be 5 days a week. Uh, as of now, mostly it will be 5 days a week. And if required, I will be taking on Saturdays as well, but with some prior information it will be there. Okay. So, but as of now, it will be 5 days a week, and the timing will be like 8 a.m. IST. The timing will be 8 a.m. IST. So that will be there. And coming to the daily sessions, you'll be having something like 1 hour to 1 hour 15 minutes will be the initial session. And coming to these sessions will be live interactive sessions here. So, but once the session is completed, whatever the session we are doing every day, then the same session will be recorded, guys. Whatever, assume today the date is 15th December, right? Today, whatever I'm talking with you guys, right? So that will be recorded, and the same thing, whatever happened today, the same thing will be recorded, and that will be stored somewhere else in some portal. We have a portal there; it will be stored every day. Next to 16th, right? Tomorrow, like that, every day the whatever it happened in the classroom live session only, but the same thing will be stored, and that will be uploaded in a portal, and you people will be given access to that particular portal. So what exactly that is going to help you is, I hope you got it right. So assume like one day you missed on 18th December or something, 16th, 17th December you have missed the class. Then when you're trying to attend for the 18th December, you don't need to like what might be happened yesterday, okay, something like that. You don't need to have that kind of uh, things in your mind. Got it? Simply, you can go through that 17th December session on your own, and still if you're having any doubts, and you can make a note of them, and the next day itself you can ask your doubts. I'm always free to help you guys. Okay, and I actually, in fact, I will be happy to answer you guys. Clear? So in that way, that is very flexible to you guys. As you are having this live interactive sessions, and there you can ask doubts every day. If you miss also, you can go through the recorded sessions. That will be more flexible. Fine. That will be about your live interactive sessions, and as well as recorded videos also will be provided to you. Whatever recorded, we don't think some other videos. Okay, some people will think like that. No, whatever is happening daily, that only will be recorded. And coming to this learning, I told you like everything is project oriented, and the standards also, whatever we create and whatever we develop, it will be at par with the industry standards. Yes, like how people usually be coding in the industry. Why? Because as we are into development as well, not only training. Okay, I do training with my passion, as my passion is training, but we'll be doing development activities. What are the standards we usually follow in the industry? The same thing, will be following in the coding standards and everything on top. Okay, in the sessions itself. Fine. So this will be about how that sessions will be going and all. And coming to the technology channel, I told you right, everything will be up to date. Whatever it is happening currently in the industry, whatever it is, stable version happening. So with that only, will be learning. And coming to the daily activities and all. So once we start with HTML, CSS and all, slowly, I will be giving certain, I'll be explaining you things in the class, and I'll be doing practical things and the same kind of things as a replicas, and I'm expecting you people to uh, you know do as assignments. Okay, so certain small tasks, you'll be working with the assignments as assignments. Okay, and so the thing I'm expecting from you people here is two things, guys. Okay, if you can do these two things, you can easily learn this full stack development and you can master in this full stack development. One is that is like uh, you should not miss classes. Don't miss classes. The first point here is try not to miss the classes. Live sessions I'm talking. Okay, anyhow you will be having the recorded sessions later. They will be providing you. That is not a big deal. But I want you people to participate in the sessions every day. So don't miss the sessions uh, and some time from your end every day. Some time from your end. Got it? Right? You have to invest some time from your end. If you people can do these two things, then see, don't miss means if you have some work in on one or the other day, it's okay, fine. But try not to miss the sessions. Okay, live sessions are very important. And next, coming to time, I want you people to put some time, dedicate some time daily, some amount of time, even though you are working. Okay, I know some people might be working, some people are, I don't know, but some people may be freshers. But whatever it is, try to allocate some amount of time so that you can easily learn. That I can guarantee you guys. You can easily rock the things with respect to web development. As and the guy into these all these technologies, right? I definitely will be helping you to to achieve what I can say, your assignments or whatever it is. I'll be there to support you. I'll be there to help you guys. Fine. And we'll be using the centralized repository and all later. Once the sessions are completed, once the course is finished, and then how to store our code into the repository and all such things also will be discussed, provided time, depending on that. But those things will be done once the sessions are finished. Clear? So that's it, guys. So this is about what exactly the full stack development is and what are the things we are going to cover in our course. Okay, and yeah, I will be the instructor, guys. Okay, to this entire program, and I will be the instructor. Okay, I am the guy who is going to take care of all these things. You will be having a same kind of pace, and you will be having pace. I'm talking the same kind of pace and same kind of coding style, and all. You won't be having such kind of ambiguity also. You won't be having. Okay, yeah. So okay, guys, so that's it from my end. And still, if you're having any doubts regarding today's session, regarding this program or anything, uh, you can shoot out your questions in the chat box, or yeah, if you're comfortable, even you can unmute yourself and you can ask me. I will be happy to answer you guys. Yeah, that I can share later with you, Jay. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Uh, coming to this session, today's session, or coming to this technology stack, or whatever it is, if you have any doubts, I'm open to questions. You can unmute yourself and you can ask me, or even you can put your questions in the chat box. You can shoot out your questions in the chat box. Yeah, every question is a valid doubt, guys. Okay, don't think like that. I'm having that patience to help you guys. Okay, you can ask your doubts. In fact, I encourage you people to ask the question. Satya, I think still you have not provided your details. I think so. Could you please provide it to me to Visualpath or to Visualpath admin in a private chat box? Uh, Satya, able to hear me?
Okay, sir. Okay. I can.
Yeah, yeah, could you please provide your details, so that the further communication they can make through it.
Sir, in this session, hello, sir, this is Jan.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me. Tell me.
Are you going to cover something, anything about related to Git or something?
Anything? I didn't get it. Can you tell me again?
Anything related to Git or something GitHub?
Yes, yes, that is what I told you, right? Yeah, but
Yeah.
not at the starting. As we are learning the things like primary things, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. When we are learning, I will not tell. But once we are done with technical stack, then whatever the code we have written, how to post it into a centralized repository, how to maintain it, that I will be teaching you, Jayant.
Okay, thanks.
And if possible, I will try to maintain some what I can say is a group also for you guys. If possible, I will try to maintain in any of the platform. Okay, that I will decide. Okay, so where I can share some assignment related details or whatever it is, so that I will plan. Okay, in the meanwhile, I will be telling you in our sessions that I will be telling you in what through what platform we are going to, that I will be disclosing later. But yes, I will try to maintain that.
Thank you, sir.
Other guys, still you are having any doubts? Aruna, uh,
No,
Bhanuchandar,
sir.
yeah, you're clear, right, Aruna? Okay, yeah. Bhanuchandar,
No, sir. I don't have any doubts.
hello.
Yeah, I don't have any doubts.
Yeah, you're clear till now, right? Bhanuchandar,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
the things you
yeah,
are
yeah.
learning and yeah,
Yeah, I was here.
yeah. And Deep, Deepak or Deep, I don't know, Deep something. Yeah, yeah. Uh, any doubts? Deep, hello, Deep, able to hear me? You can even, you know, uh, express the same in the chat box also. If you don't have any doubt, just you can mention like clear. You are clear. Yeah, Ibrahim. Yeah, hello, Ibrahim. How about you? I think you're fine. You're something JR Khan. I don't know, Junior Khan or something. Yeah, JR Khan. How about you?
Hi, sir. Everything is clear. I don't have any doubt.
Yeah, so far you understood, right? What are the things you're going to cover, you're going to learn in this part and all, right? Program.
Yeah. Everything I understood.
Okay, good. Uh, Satya.
Yes, sir. I can understood
Okay.
everything. I know the HTML and CSS part. Directly join with JavaScript and React
Yeah, no
classes.
problem. Initial days I will be starting HTML, CSS. No, you can start direct with JavaScript. No problem.
Oh,
That is the reason. I asked you to provide your details.
oh,
You'll be intimated when exactly that JavaScript session will be started. That you know
okay,
you'll be intimated. Okay. Have you
okay.
given your details? By the way.
Yeah, I given already.
Okay, good. Yeah, okay. Then. No problem. No issues. Yeah, you can join from JavaScript.
Okay, thank you.
Shahzad,
Yes, sir.
yeah. How about you? Any doubts regarding
Uh,
session?
I'm completely blank about softwares. Like
Okay.
I belongs to civil background.
Okay, no problem. Yeah.
Okay. So I
But
need
see, that's what
everything from the teacher.
I will be teaching everything from the scratch, like, what is HTML, that everything I will be teaching from the scratch. That is the reason today I did not teach any technical things. You understood, like how to write code in
Yeah.
HTML, how to write in, that's why I want you people to have that, understanding what exactly the things are about. And no, don't worry, everything I will be starting from the scratch. And also one more thing I want to, as you told, you are from civil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you mentioned that, I want to tell you one thing, like, even the guys who are from the MSc and some BSc background, right? Those people also learned, attended my session. They also learned this full stack development. Some technologies they learned from me. You understood, right?
So how many hours the class will come in, sir? Like how many hours you are going to take the class?
Duration you're talking?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So 1 to 1.5 hour the session will be there, right? Yeah.
For your class. Then what about labs? Like practice session?
Yeah, the practice you can do, whatever the time you want to do, you can do practice, no problem, because it's an online one, right? You can do, and I'll
Oh,
be, next day, whatever the doubts you are getting, and I'll be giving you time, and you can ask, you can post your
sir,
question. That's what I told.
I wish to join offline, not online.
You want to join?
Offline classes.
Oh, you're preferring offline. Okay, no problem
Yeah.
then. Yeah, yeah. There, around 1.5 to 2 hour session will be there, and 3 hours
Okay.
kind of lab will be open, and there you can practice. No problem.
Okay. So you'll be there for 3 hours, like guiding us in the lab.
Yes, yes, I will be there. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Yes, guys. Yeah, it seems to be, fine. Yeah, Akshay, you're also clear, right? No need to. Uh, again, I think so. You're fine, right, Akshay?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So, okay, guys. Then yeah, from tomorrow onwards, we'll be starting with our first, what I can say, the technology like stack. I will take with the UI. First, I will go with UI. In that HTML, will be starting. Okay, what exactly, how, and all. Clear. You no need to worry, guys. Everything, what are the prerequisites required for your system to start with, and what are the things to be, installed, and all, everything. I'll be helping you. If you have such kind of questions also there in your mind, try to remove everything. I will be helping you. Everything I will be helping you. Okay. I'll be guiding you. Helping you means I will be guiding you. Okay. Fine. Uh, okay, guys. That's it from my side. And yeah, nice talking to you guys. And I'm looking forward to meet you guys tomorrow. Okay, same 8 a.m. same time on the same link. Okay, and yeah, that's it. Further details will be, provided by Visualpath people, admin people. Okay, I hope all of you have given your details to them, so they'll be in touch with you guys. Okay, yeah. Okay, guys, that's it. Thank you for your
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.